Hello students, I hope that you all are fit and fine. In our previous classes, we have learned two chapters of history. First one is beginning of the modern world and second one the Reformation. Today we are going to start civics. The chapter first, the Union Legislature. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the Parliament, the two houses of the Parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, their powers and functions, and powers and function of the Parliament. But in these sessions, we are going to learn about the difference between the two houses of the Parliament, and we are going to learn lower house, the Lok Sabha, in details. As you are very aware that the Government of India works through these three organs: Legislature, the Executive and the Judiciary. The Legislature makes a laws, Executive enforce this law, and the Judiciary interpret the laws and safeguard as a constitution. The Legislature of India can be divided into two, one at the central level, which is known as Parliament or the Union Legislature, and another at the state level, which is known as Vidhan Sabha or Legislature Assembly. The Union Legislature or the Parliament consists of President and the two houses of the Parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is also known as the lower house of the Parliament, and the Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house of the Parliament. And we have two houses of the Parliament. This system is known as bicameral legislature. Some country is involved have unicameral legislature, which have one chamber or house to run the government. The countries are Turkey, Denmark, Hungary, etc. Let us learn the two houses of the Parliament. In short, first the Lok Sabha or the lower house, also known as the House of the People. The Rajya Sabha or the upper house is also known as Council of State. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people for the tenure of 5 years, but the members of the Rajya Sabha elected by the elected member of the state legislature. They are permanent body, but 1/3 of its members retired every 2 years, making a continuous flow of outgoing and in-governing members are after every 2 years. The members' tenure is 6 years. The Lok Sabha has 545 members, out of which 543 are elected and 2 are nominated by the President of India from Anglo-Indian communities, whereas the members of the Rajya Sabha are 245, in which 230 33 are elected by the state legislature assembly and remaining are nominated by the president, which may be reputed men from different spheres like literature, science, social work and sports person, etc. The Lok Sabha can be dissolved if no party is able to command or can be extended in emergency, whereas the Raj Sabha is never dissolved. Now, let's learn details about the lower house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha. In this, we are going to learn how the elections are conducted, how the members are selected, and what are the qualification of the members and function of the Lok Sabha. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the citizen through the secret ballot. The citizen are the adult of the nation who acquired age of 18 and above can vote the members. The elections are organized by Election Commission of India. As India is a vast country, therefore the election of the country is divided into several constituencies. What is a constituency? It is an area comprising certain number of people who are represented by the member of the Lok Sabha or to the state assembly. Now, who is the member who can contest the election? What are these essential? The members of the Lok Sabha should be the citizen of India and be at least 25 years of age. They can be a part of any political party or can contest election independently. To contest the election, the members has to have the certain qualification, which are: he must be the citizen of India and acquire the age of 25 years. He should be mentally sound and should not be in debate and should be able to meet his financial commitments for his life. A person should not hold office profit under government. He should have his name in his electoral roll and he should not be member of some other legislature at the same time. Now, what happened after the election is over? After the election, the president called the political party or the party and its alliance having majority in Lok Sabha to form a government. The head of the party to become the prime minister, he appoint his council and allot them department in the government. These members elect the speaker and the deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha. The speaker presides the working of Lok Sabha and maintain the discipline in the house, whereas the role of the deputy speaker is that he He presides the working of Lok Sabha in the absence of Speaker. Now, the government is formed, and how does the Lok Sabha work? According to the constitution, there should be at least 2 sessions of parliament. Interval between the 2 sessions should not exceed more than 6 months. What is the session of the parliament? The session means the sitting of the parliament in order to govern the government or take in charge of its function. The first house of each day of session is allotted putting question to the minister. This is called on question hours. No business can be transacted in other house unless 10% of the total member of the house are present. This is known as quorum. The new laws can be introduced. The law introduced the first as a bill. Both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha has to pass the bill. Bill can be divided into ordinary bill, money bills, or constitutional amendment bill. Now let's learn about the function of the Lok Sabha. The function of the Lok Sabha can be divided into 3 categories: the legislative function, the financial functions, and the control over council of ministers. The legislature function, they pass the bill and makes the law. Any bill regarding the subject in the union or the current list of the constitution may be moved in the house. The financial function, the house of the people control the treasury. No budget or the government expenditure can be made without the permission of the house. The money bills has to be moved only in Lok Sabha. Third one, the control over council of minister. The council of minister is responsible to the Lok Sabha. It may remain in power so long as it enjoys confidence of the Lok Sabha. Dear students, with this chapter, the first session of the chapter, the Union Legislature, let recapturing what we have learned in this. We have learned that the legislature, the law making bodies, as India is a vast country, the legislature or the law making party at the center is known as parliament, whereas at the state level it is known as Vidhan Sabha. We have also learned in short about the 2 houses of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. In detail, we have learned about the lower house of the parliament, the Lok Sabha. Now, how the elections are conducted in Lok Sabha, what are the qualification of the members of Lok Sabha, and how the government is formed. We are also learnt about the function of the Lok Sabha. Now I give you assignment for you. I given you 5 short question and 2 long questions answer. this question in your rough notebook, or if you have purchased a new notebook, then you can do and maintain it. The first question is, name the two houses of the Union Parliament. Second, how are the members of the Lok Sabha elected? Third, what is a bicameral legislature? Fourth, what is the minimum age of an Indian voter? Who conducted or cites the meeting of the Lok Sabha? Now coming to the long answers. What is the qualification of the member of the Lok Sabha? Second one, what are the function of the Lok Sabha? Thank you, and you have to complete in your notebook.